Hello and welcome back, folks. Now, if there's one thing that gets me excited in this hobby, it's an everyday tool watch. Something you can beat up a little, something that doesn't ask you to baby it. That's always been my sweet spot, even though I still baby all my watches and treat them like porcelain. So here is where LIV comes in, because I reached out to the LIV team after getting hooked on their adventure LED designs. Sports-inspired cases, dials in colors most Swiss brands wouldn't dare touch, high-spec movements, 5-year warranty, and price points that made me stop scrolling and squint at the screen. Frankly, my first thought was, this is too good to be true. So this is what showed up on my doorstep, the fresh-to-market Gravel 001 in ocean blue. There is so much to unpack here, folks, so much. Now, those of you who know me well enough have probably realized that I'm a fairly boring kind of watch collector. Black, grey, navy, that's usually my comfort zone. But I made myself a promise for 2026. This was the year I was going to live a little, be adventurous with what I strap on my wrist. And honestly, this exact shade of blue would never have landed on my radar if the LIV team hadn't told me how special this feels in the hand. In short, they were absolutely right, because now that it's on my wrist, I am completely won over. So let me explain why I think this watch with this dial and these strap options just works for me and could work for you as well. Now, before we continue, can I please ask that you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already? And if you've made it this far, then give that like button a press as well. You can find me on Instagram too. I'll leave a link below. Thank you for the support. Now, I don't normally spend much time talking about packaging or unboxing. It's usually pretty forgettable and I'd rather just get straight to the watch. But every now and then something comes along that genuinely surprises me and puts a smile on my face. And this is one of those times. The Gravel comes with this bright orange pouch that can double up as a bike bag or convert it into a crossbody bag if you're out on a hike. Now, I don't do either of those things, but I might just have this with me when I'm out and about in Miami in a few weeks. You never know, I might stop into the LIV team headquarters just to say hi. Right, let's get into the numbers, folks. 43mm across, 12.9mm thick, 22mm lug width, and a 50.1mm lug to lug. Genuinely wearable proportions if you have a wrist size above 6.5 inches. But keep in mind that these types of watches are meant to wear bigger on wrists. It's not a dress watch. So if you're already wearing something like a G-Shock, then you'll know what I mean. And inside you've got a Sellita SW200-1, 26 joules, 42 hours power reserve, and a screw-down crown to keep everything sealed up tight. The case itself is dense carbon, which is where that rugged, adventure-ready feel really comes from. And it's shock-resistant too, so this thing can take a knock without flinching. Moving up top, you get a sapphire crystal with AR coating, and you're covered to 100 meters of water resistance. They also chuck in a 5-year warranty, all of that for $950 US. It's time to talk about that dial, because for me, this is the star of the show. Flat blue, no gradient, no sunburst, just pure color. You can get the Gravel in other shades if blue's not your thing, but this one to me is the summer dial. Now, when I first saw some of the early pictures they sent over, I'll admit I was a little concerned about whether the markers would have enough contrast against that blue dial. But there's no issue here. Plenty of contrast, easy to read from most angles, no squinting required. The handset and the markers have this subtle blue shimmer running through them, and it adds a bit of refinement, a bit of magic almost, to what is otherwise a pretty rugged adventure watch. And then, of course, there's the application of the color orange, because anytime I see orange accents on a dial, it's an instant win from me, and I love how it's been applied on the logo, the seconds hand and case. They've really nailed it here, and it makes this a genuinely fun watch to wear. Now let's talk Lume, because that matters just as much to me as the dial itself. Performance here is solid, genuinely lasting through the night if you've given it a full charge beforehand. In low light, it performs really well, and once the lights go out, the hands and the markers on the case give off this lovely glow. If you're one of the Lume junkies out there, you should be happy with this one, absolutely no issues. The LIV team supplied this one with 3 straps, light blue with blue piping, a darker blue with orange piping called the McQueen GT40, and black strap with black piping. All silicone, comfortable and feel high quality. My favorite is the McQueen GT40, though the black strap tones things down for the office. If I'm being picky, I'd have preferred FKM rubber. Silicone tends to attract dust and lint, and while there are cutouts for spring bar removal, a proper quick release system for tool-free changes would have made this watch even better for travel. So, final thoughts on the Gravel 001 in ocean blue. This is my first LIV watch and I'm genuinely impressed. If you're like me, someone who loves a G-Shock, who likes a watch you can go anywhere and do anything with, but you also want that extra refinement and a proper mechanical movement, then you should be giving them a look. The value proposition here is truly outstanding, and I'll leave my link below if you're considering this ocean blue or any other LIV watch as your next purchase. If you're someone sitting on the fence about switching to a brighter, bolder watch, my advice is take the plunge. Wearing this over the past week has genuinely elevated my mood every time I've wrist-checked myself. From now on I will be more adventurous for sure, why not? You only live once, right? And another surprise has been the wearability. It's a chunky looking thing, but you barely feel it on the wrist thanks to that carbon case. Honestly, it wears as light as a quartz watch, but remember, it's got a mechanical movement in it. With the strap on, I've got it weighing in at 75 grams. That's ridiculous. Now, one of the real joys of producing this content for you is being able to explore micro brands like LIV and bring them to life. As watch enthusiasts, we really are a lucky bunch to have so many options out there. Finally, the mission of this channel is to continue bringing brands like LIV to you, because this is where I think the real excitement in watch collecting is right now. So please drop me a comment and let me know if you agree with me. I really want to hear from you guys out there. I hope you enjoyed the Gravel 001. Don't forget to leave your comments below. If you're already a LIV watch owner, tell me what your experience has been like and which model you have in your collection. Now before you go, if you enjoyed this one, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Drop a like and follow me on Instagram. I'll leave all the relevant links down below. And until next time folks, keep on ticking.